In this video, we are going to discuss some problems related to while loop. These are the 7 problems which we are going to discuss in this video, which will help you to understand the use and the execution of while loop. Let's start with the first problem, which says that program to print first 10 even numbers. That means first 10 even numbers means 2, 4, 6, 8 up to 20. These are the first 10 even number. So for that, let us start our coding with including the header file, that is stdio.h, and then the main function. And after it, as we know that we have to use while loop, so for that purpose I have to I need a variable of integer type which will run so that the value of variable change and my while loop runs to the print the 10 even natural number. So from for I will write the condition while. What I want to do is I will start my loop from I is equal to, let's say I initialize the value of I by 1. I start my loop from I is equal to 1, and I will move until I is less than 10, and I will multiply each I by 2 so that I get an even number every time, because when my I is equal to 1 and I multiply 2, I get 2. When I is equal to 2 and 2 multiply with 2, I will get 4. When I is equal to 3, 2 multiply with 3, I will get 6. In this way, when my I is equal to 4, I get 8. I is equal to 5, 10, 2 into 5, 10. And when I is equal to 10, I will get 20 as my answer. So this is my logic behind this. So I will run this code until my I is less than or equal to 10. And after it, what I will do, I will put a curly braces. Curly braces are nothing but to show that the code inside the curly braces belongs to the while loop. If we are having only single statement, then no need to put curly braces, but if multiple statements are present, then putting curly braces is necessary. So here I will write just printf %d \n for the new line, comma 2 multiply with I, and in the last I have to put an increment operator. Why? Because if I do not increase the value of I, then my I is equal to 1 less than equal to 10, the condition will be the condition is true, so 2 will be printed on the screen. And if I do not modify this, then what happen, that 1 less than equal to 10 will always true, and my loop will move to infinite loop because it has no ending point. So for this reason only I have to modify the value of variable so that we can end up to some point. So if I run this program, so build and run, so I'm getting 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. These are the first 10 even numbers. So by using while loop, we have generated a sequence of first 10 even numbers. The next program says program to print first 10 even numbers in reverse order. So here we are getting the numbers as 2, 4, 6, 8 up to 20. So now what I want is I want 20, 18, 16, 14, 12 up to 2 as my sequence. So for that, what we can do one thing here. We can start our value of I by 10, and we will move up until my I is greater than equal to 1, and I will print the same thing, but in this case I will decrease my value of variable so that when I is equal to 10, 10 greater than equal to 1, condition true, 20 will be printed. I minus minus, that means value of I will be decreased by 1, that means I become 9, 9 greater than equal to 1, condition true, 2 into 9, 18 will be printed. I minus minus, that means I become 8 now, and 8 greater than equal to 1, condition true. 16 will be printed on the screen. In this way, when I become 1, then 1 greater than equal to 2, condition true. 2 will be printed on screen. I minus minus, that means the I value becomes 0, and 0 greater than equal to 0, condition false. So the execution of loop will be ended. So now if we run our program, so we are getting the expected answer 20, 18, 16 up to 2. So this is how by changing just some conditions we can just reverse the order, and we are only playing the games with this operator, this number. We are only playing with this and we are generating the expected answer. So what the next problem says, program to print first 10 odd numbers. So how can I generate odd numbers with the similar code? By changing some of the conditions or by some calculation. So I can change this the same code to print this expected answer, because answer would be 1 3 5 1 3 5 7 up to 10 10 odd numbers, that means 21. So what can I do? I can just replace this expression by 2 multiply I plus 1. What it will do, it will first multiply, because in arithmetic operator the precedence of multiplication is greater, because we have seen this in our arithmetic operator video that multiplication is more prior than addition. So first multiplication will be done, and then addition of one will be done, so that we will get the expected answer. So if we run our program, so we are getting the output in reverse order. But here there is a mistake, that our execution of program, let me change this thing from here, I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 10, and here I plus plus. This is the code which we have written for the first problem in printing in printing in first order. So we're getting 3 5 7 9 as the answer, but here 1 should be also present. So for that reason I will replace my I by 0. I will replace my I by 0, so that when 2 multiply 0 I will get 0 plus 1, so the condition will start from 1. So for this reason I have to change here also. I will replace this condition by 9, I less than equal to 9, because when I starts from 0, then I less than equal to 9, 10 number will be counted. So if we run this program now, so now I'm getting the expected answer 1 3 5 7 up to 19, and we are having 10 numbers also. So this is how odd numbers can be printed, by changing the some condition in the similar code. Now we have to print in the reverse order. So what can we do? We can change it by 9, I greater than equal to 0, here I minus, and if we run the program now, so we are getting the expected answer. So what we are doing, we are just changing the condition. So you need to think that while solving the problem, you should know the mathematics only, because we are only doing that because syntax is similar in all the program, but the calculation we are doing the as per the program is different. So just need to focus upon that only. The fifth problem says program to print first and natural numbers. So in the previous four problems we have a specific number up to 10, but now it is not defined that up to where we have to stop. So for this reason I have to I have to ask from my user that enter the number of n. So what I will do, I will create another variable, let's say n, and I will ask from my user to enter the value of n. So let me rub this code and start from the beginning. I will create a variable n and ask from my user to enter the value of n. So by this I will take the number from the user, and by scanf I will store it at the position, that means at n. So now we know that we have to print first and natural numbers. That means if my user enter n as 12, so I have to start from 1 to 12. So what I will do, I will also create a variable I, because I is responsible to iterate the loop. Iterate means repeat the loop, and I will write the condition while my value of I is less than or equal to n, because we don't know what is the value of n, so we can write expression also whenever we need. In our previous problems we are putting a constant here, but we can put an expression, a variable also. It will evaluate and then execute the program. And now what I will do, I want to start from 1, so I will initialize my variable to 1, and what I will do, I will just print the value of I, %d \n for the next line, comma I, and increment the value of I. I will modify the value of I by 1, so that value of I get increased and the condition will met true. Enter the value of n, so I will write 15 here. So I'm getting my answer 1 2 3 up to 15. So this is how we can print first and natural number. The next program says program to print first square of first and natural number. That means if my user enter 5 as n value, then what I want as my answer, that the answer should be 1, then square of 2, that means 4, and then square of 3, that means 9, and then square of 4, that means 16, and then square of 5, that is 25. So this is my expected answer. So what I can change in the code is, I will just put a multiplication symbol here, and what will be the change in this code only, that when I is equal to 1, printf %d, and I will be printed. When I increase by 1 and I become 2, then 2 multiplied to 4 will be printed on the screen. In the similar way, when I become equal to 5, then 5 into 5, 25 will be printed. And when I become 6, then 6 less than equal to n becomes false, so the execution of loop will be ended. So if we run this code, if we enter the value as 5, so we are getting the expected answer, that is 1 4 9 16 and 25. The next problem says program to print cube of, here cube of, and here also square of, cube of first and natural numbers. That means if my user enters 7 as a number, then I expect 1 cube of 1 is 1, and then cube of 2 is 8, cube of 3 is 27, and cube of 4 is 64, cube of 5 is 125, and cube of 6 is 216, and cube of 7 is 343. So this is my expected answer of this program. So what I will do, I will just multiply here by I. So we are just multiplying the I, and let's see what will be the output. If I write 7 here, so we are getting the expected answer, cube of first and natural numbers. So this is how we can solve the problems using while loops. If you think that how how difficult a task become if we don't have this much code in our program. If someone asks you to print cube of first and natural numbers, then you have to manually write the numbers, manually take the numbers and write the cube of those numbers. But what we are doing, we are just passing the condition, and our program is doing calculation for us and just giving the output. So this is the use and this is the benefit of while loop, that we do not have to repeat some sort of code. We are just using this much amount of code multiple time, n number of time as we want, and we are getting our output. In this case our n was too small and the n was only 7. That's why we can manually calculate also, we can expect the values also. But if what we think that if my n become equal to 50, then can you guess what will be the cube of 50th number? You may guess, but let's see what will be the output of this program. So look at the output. So in no time we are getting the output by using just a simple condition. So this is the power of while loop in C language, and you should appreciate that the makers of C language or any programming language included this facility so that we can perform so tedious task in just writing a simple three or four lines of code. In this we have just taken the value of n, but the main calculation is only for the 3 or 4 lines here. So this is it for now. Thank you for watching.